Hi, I'm Collaborative, and this is the Super Nintendo Classic Mini. The Super Nintendo was very pivotal when I was younger. The Super Nintendo was the go-to console for the most part. I didn't have the Genesis. I played on the Nintendo side of things, and this is where I played all my fighters, all my RPGs, everything that I remember playing for the most part when I was younger, mainly in my adolescent years, was here on this console, and I was really excited to get my hands on it. So let's unbox it, check it out, and see how it plays. So looking at the box at first glance, we can see the Super Nintendo retro style is very present. From the look of the console itself to the games listed, including Star Fox 2 and a few other main titles. Side panel shows us that the controller is going to be the same as the original Super Nintendo was. And we've got a back panel that shows us a more high definition list of a lot of the games here, as well as what looks like a full list here on the left. And of course Star Fox 2, which I'm totally excited about. And we can see how small the console is in the hand here. That's just bottom, just some more basic info. And there we go. This shows us that it's part of the Classic series, so hopefully we'll be seeing more of these soon. Let's get into it and check it out. Looks like first on the list is going to be the instruction booklet itself, packaged nicely here at the top. And nothing special there. And let's take a look at this. What is this? This is our power supply. So this one comes with a standard US wall outlet power supply. And it's branded with the Nintendo logo and a standard USB input. 2 prongs to the wall. And this is looking like, oh, okay, this is the end of the controller. Let's open this up and take a look. Okay, so this is a bit different of an end. This looks like something that's a bit proprietary. And the controller itself is, there we go. Yeah, this is great. This was always one of the best feeling controllers in my hand, as I recall, and the buttons feel exactly as I remember. Very comfortable. Yeah, very tactily nice. So let's go ahead and put this away and see what else we got. No, if I can get it in there, for God's sakes. There we go. And that's obviously going to be the console, but let's see what this is. This is the other controller for sure. Yep, controller number 2. Put that back, and moving on. So underneath we have a series of cables. The first, I'm gonna guess that this is actually the power supply cable. And yeah, this is what we have. Okay. So micro USB on one end. Yeah, standard micro USB, nothing special. And then on this end we have standard USB. Yeah. And together, we've got our power supply. Boom. Next up is the HDMI cable. Yeah, this is standard HDMI on one end and on the other. So nothing special here, which is actually kind of nice. You know, standardized cables are great. And now we have the mini console itself. And oh, look at this. This is awesome. It's so small, but it looks exactly like the Super Nintendo did. It's just exceptionally light. So HDMI in, micro USB power in. Nothing special on the bottom, just some jargon and text. The reset button works, which is cool, and so does the power button. Very cool. How about this? No, the cartridge is locked in, and so is eject. The face looks really nice. So look at this. They have the little LED light, and then the original shaped input ports for this. This is so light. I can't wait to get into this. We got to check this out. I'm going to set this down, and let's dive in, shall we? Like most mini consoles, this was a cinch to hook up. Essentially, all you have to do is hook up your HDMI, you put in your power, connect a controller, and you're good to go. This, just like the previous ones, prompts you with a very simple language selection. In this case, we're going to select English.
hit the A button, and here we are.
Navigation is simple and intuitive. Pushing left and right on the controller moves between games. Pushing the A button launches the game. By pushing up on the controller, you have access to the icons at the top of the screen, and by pushing down, it gives you access to your game saves. Under the options menu, we have access to the system's demo modes, as well as a screensaver and the ability to reset back to factory defaults. Under display, we've got our 4:3 aspect ratio, CRT filter, and I guess a pixel perfect view of the same thing. The bottom of this view gives us access to backgrounds or wallpaper, which will be displayed on each side during gameplay. With the default 4:3 aspect ratio, everything plays and feels really good. It sounds fantastic too. The sound quality on this is just fantastic. The CRT option maintains the same 4:3 aspect ratio, but adds the scan lines as you would expect, and it kind of darkens the picture overall. The pixel perfect mode is a bit different. To me, it kind of made the image feel a little squished, but I guess this is how the game was originally played. I just don't remember it that way. Some of the more notably cool features include the ability to save at any point. You can drop the save file into any one of the 4 slots provided for each game, and then when you want to load it back up, you just select it and hit the A button, and you're back in game. This option can be accessed at any time by simply exiting the game. Another really cool feature that I haven't seen on any other console so far is the ability to rewind and fast forward through your actual game save file. So you can simply LNR and page through where you are in your game save to get to a point where you want to continue playing. The system comes packed with a wide range of games, ranging from your standard platformers and adventure titles to racing games and shoot 'em ups, just like you'd expect when you buy one of these mini consoles. The exception with this console, of course, being that this comes with Star Fox 2, which was a previously unreleased title, and to me this is a very heavy selling point for this individual mini console.
So I think this is a great little mini Super Nintendo system. I think that the feel of the controllers themselves are great. I mean, I think the Super Nintendo had a great form factor controller for the day, and this feels the exact same as I remember it. Very cool. Tactily great, and the games play very, very well. I didn't see any problem when I was testing the games in terms of any stutter or slowdown, and I was actually kind of surprised by some of the things that the games actually supported, even though they're obviously emulated. It was quite good. I love the form factor of this device. I think it's really, really cute, and it's just really nice. And some of the minute details that they paid attention to are very cool. You know, they kept the covers here that have the original slot size for the Super Nintendo controllers, but this is actually where they hid the controller ports themselves, via a cover. I think that's, little aesthetics like that are very, very cool. It even has the little light port there, which I think is really neat. So yeah, I think all in all, it's fantastic. My only real gripe, and I don't even know if it's really a gripe, but the only thing that I kind of don't like, the only con against this system as a whole, is that there's no full screen resolution in terms of how you play the game, right? We saw Pixel Perfect, we saw 4:3, and we saw CRT available as display modes, but there's no full screen. You can't say, okay, yeah, stretch this out to the full screen. And I know a lot of people will be like, I would never do that anyway, that's blasphemy. But there are some people who do like it, and myself, every once in a while, depending on the game, I do like to fill out the entire screen, especially if I'm playing on a large flat screen LCD panel. Anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like the content, you want to see more, consider subscribing. In the meantime, if there's anything you'd like to see in terms of an unboxing or anything along those lines, let me know in the comments below. And also tell me what you think in terms of, is this a good buy? Do you think that this console was worth it for you? And I will see you later. Have a good one.